Okay, so let's test the mic out really quick, see how this is. Okay, just testing the mic out. Okay, just testing the mic out. Okay, that seems good. All right. So, let's get this started. All right. So, hi. Welcome to the stream. Today we are going to look at YOTSUBA. Here's a quick show of my model. The art, the rigging, the animation, everything's by me. Just gonna show off the expressions and everything quickly, so you can see all of that together. Crying animation I did, shameless self-promo. I can make it go forever, combine it with the waving animation, and yeah. So that can just go art, rigging, crying animation and everything done by me. So anyways, today, so how do I disable everything at once? What was it? What did I set it to? That was it. Okay, so anyways, we're gonna look at YOTSUBA today. So I've been pretty busy. That's why we haven't looked at it really, because I was working on that manga for that contest, and I finished the rough of it, and that's all they required. However, for some reason their site was glitching, so it didn't actually get submitted to the contest, which is annoying for me, so I messaged Art Street about that to try to get that resolved, because it doesn't make sense. I submitted the thing, but because their site was glitching, it didn't go under the contest tag, so hopefully they resolve that so I don't have to flame them or anything. Anyways, because I literally worked pretty damn hard on that to the point of almost pushing myself to getting sick. So it better be in the damn contest. Win or lose. Anyways. So we are going to look at YOTSUBA. We're going to be looking at chapter 2. I do have this white fuzzy little thing over top just because copyright, so that's why. And then yeah, so I don't know how long this stream will be, maybe an hour, maybe more, we'll see. So we will look at that YOTSUBA. We're going to continue from a couple pages where we left off from, right? A couple pages prior, maybe 2-ish or so, and then we'll continue. So I'll try to go through all of chapter 2 for this stream, and then we'll do it again next week. So I will not be streaming again this week, by the way. However, I will be uploading a video on how to learn a language, particularly Japanese, and resources that I am using, resources that are free, that are paid, their flaws, what's great about them, blah, blah, blah. The long video will be about 5 to 10 minutes. The short video will be less than a minute. We'll gloss over everything and just focus on the free stuff. Specifically for Japanese, though these things can probably be used, at least some of them, for any language. Anyways, so we will jump into this. I think that's all I have to talk about. I'm actually going to an anime symphony orchestra on Saturday, which is going to be really fun because I attended Anime North, and everyone who attended was able to, for a limited time, to get discounted tickets for this orchestra. I'm gonna go because I was able to get the tickets for $10 when it's normally $150. So I'm going. So that'll be, I think, this Saturday, which will be cool. Anyways, let's jump into this. My socials are below, my art socials. You can check that out. I'm going to be posting a new artwork today. It's a full illustration from a scene that will be in my manga, which I made a trailer-esque kind of manga. It's not a full story. It's meant to be in the style of a trailer. And for the full expanded thing, it will come much later, though. So, anyways. So, we left off. We did not finish chapter 1. We were close to finishing chapter 1. we're going to finish chapter 1 and probably go through chapter 2. The website I'm using, however, though, is giving me problems. Oh, actually, I have to like put one thing in OBS. Let me see. There's one thing I have to, or I don't have to, but I should put in OBS, which I forgot. So just give me 1 second and then we'll start. There. There's the little YOTSUBA thingamajig thumbnail. Put that to cover that. I'm using this website for learning, like for reading manga. It's pretty good. However, the issue with it, I noticed some pages weren't showing up, or they were like super slow. Right? And a bit of an issue, but we'll try to get through that. There was something else I was about to say, but I can't remember what. But anyways, let's go into this. So, uchi no ane to imoto desu. So, we looked at this page last time, but let's just review it. So he's saying because he's wondering who these are. And she's like, like a reaction like, okay, uchi is house, right? Usually it seems like for Japanese, when you're referring to your, I don't know how to explain it properly, but house can be either ie or uchi, right? So usually ie is when you're talking about, I think it's when you're talking about your house or a home, like the actual home you live in, or the actual home someone lives in. But here she says uchi no ane, which is older sister, to and imoto desu. So the younger and older sisters of her house. So the no, we've talked about this in a few streams, but it's kind of like a review, is a particle here that when it is in the between words, it indicates possession. So if you were to say something like ona no hito, ona is female, and then hito is person, would be, in English would be, it's backwards. Japanese and English is backwards, usually minus one word for sentences. So ona no hito would be backwards. That's a person belonging to the class of female. If you were to say otoko no hito, which is man, which means man, we would say person. Hito again is person, so otoko no hito would be person belonging to the class of male, right? Which would be a man. So here she's saying as a reaction. She's like that uchi no ane to imoto desu. So she's saying the older ane to imoto, and older sister and younger sister belonging to her house, of her house, right? The way this character speaks, by the way, Fuka, who is the black-haired sister, the middle child, she speaks very formally, right? YOTSUBA is a bit of a difficult manga because you have characters like Fuka, One-chan, who speaks very formally. You have characters like Yotsuba's dad, I forgot his name. The dude over here, he speaks casually. Then you have Yotsuba, who's a young child, like 6 years old or something. She speaks super casually, right? Very like colloquially with slang. Not like gang slang. She's not throwing up gang signs and stuff. But yeah, you get what I mean, I think. Sorry, I had to take a drink and clear my throat. Okay, so. Uchi no ane to imoto desu. She's like, this is the older and younger sister of my house. chojo no asagi. Chojo means eldest daughter. So chojo uses two kanji here. You have the kanji for long or length, right? Cho. And the kanji for, woman or female. Actually, it might be more accurate to say female than woman, because you would say onna no hito. Yeah, but yeah. So chojo, right? So the length, female no asagi. So chojo means eldest daughter, right? Chojo no asagi. Watashi ga is a particle that emphasizes what comes after it, and it marks the subject of a sentence, right? So watashi ga jijo no fuka. So jijo, you have two kanji here. This kanji means next, right? And then jo is like female, so the next female. Jijo, that word means second daughter, right? So watashi ga jijo no fuka, right? And we said that the no particle is possessive, and it refers to like a belonging to the class of. So she's fuka, belonging to the class of jijo, which is second daughter. She's fuka, the second daughter. Watashi ga jijo no fuka de sue kono ena desu. Ena says yoroshiku, which is nice to meet you, which is formal but not very formal. Well, yeah. De, so she's saying de. Usually, I don't know how to explain it, but it usually indicates like an action ongoing, and it marks a statement. But here it's being used to mean and, because it's linking the sentence after to it. So de. So chojo no asagi, watashi ga jijo no fuka de sue is end. So this kanji sue means end. Sue ko no ena desu, sue ko. So the last child, ena, which the youngest child. Sueko. Do keep in mind that sometimes that for kanji there's two readings, right? The onyomi, which is the original Chinese reading, and the kunyomi, which is the native Japanese reading. Usually the onyomi, for anyone who does not know, the onyomi reading is used when you have two kanji combined together. And the kunyomi is used when the kanji is either by itself or it just has hiragana attached to it. So, yeah. There are exceptions to that though. Like anytime you're talking about a body part, for example, body parts are, I think, always an exception to that rule. There's some other things that are exceptions to that, but they are exceptions, right? An exception does not nullify the rule, it's just outside of it. So, we looked at that. Let's just go to the next page. Like as an example, this kanji here, which is sue, which means end. That's the sue is the kunyomi reading. The onyomi reading would actually be matsu. Same with this kanji here for ko. You can see this in the word kodomo, which means child. Ko is the kunyomi reading, I believe. She is the onyomi. Sometimes there will be multiple readings for words, but usually you'll have like one or two that are very common. Usually it's like one onyomi reading that is super common and one kunyomi reading that is super common, and then just like outliers, exceptions. So no one should worry about that too much. Anyways, so let's just go over that quickly. Uchi no ane to imoto desu. Chojo no asagi. Watashi ga jijo no fuka. De sue kono ena desu. And I said yoroshiku. Nice to meet you. Hikoshite kita koiwai desu. Koiwai. That's their last name. He's like, Eto is not really a word, it's just, he's like saying, it's like scratching his head thinking, right? It's like, like that. Eto, hikoshite. Hikoshite is a word we looked at in the previous streams. It means like moved in, right? Hikoshite. Kita is like came. And then Koi Y is just his name. That's just his name. Koi desu. Hikoshite kita koi desu. So he's saying I'm Koi. It's backwards. I'm Koi who came and moved in, right? So he's saying moved in, came, Koi Y I am, which would be the literal translation, more or less. You can also go and look at the English here. I'm Koi Y. I can't pronounce his name. I just moved in. Blah, blah, blah. Yoroshiku. Nice to meet you. Right? Yoroshiku onegai shimasu is the very formal version. Koitsu ga YOTSUBA. Koitsu ga YOTSUBA. So he's saying this is YOTSUBA. YOTSUBA is his daughter, right? YOTSUBA-chan wa koiwai-san no musume da. So she is, like I just said, Koiwai's daughter. This dude, by the way, Koiwai, speaks casually. So if you were to refer to another person, you would not say koitsu in like actual conversation, because that's a bit too casual unless you actually know the people or they speak casually too. So yeah, and that's the thing in this manga YOTSUBA, is that Fuka, this character, the middle child character, the second daughter of the neighbors, she speaks very formally. Koiwai-san speaks casually. His daughter YOTSUBA, who the manga is named after, speaks super casually. So things to keep in mind if learning from this manga, right? Koitsu ga YOTSUBA. Yoroshiku ne. YOTSUBA-chan. So it's like, nice to meet you, YOTSUBA-chan. Kono one-chan tachi wa otonari-san da. Otonari-san. I'm going to increase the page size because it's kind of hard to see the kanji. So we're going to increase it like that, so it's a bit easier to see, you know. By the way, I did actually want to link the manga I was working on, that because I got it online, but since I only have the rough, I want to actually shade it before I share it. But I'll share that one illustration from it. I'm going to post it on Pixiv and on Twitter as well tonight. So I'll post it on Pixiv soon, sometime during this stream, and then I'm going to post it on Twitter. The Twitter version is a bit zoomed in, so it's not the full image. However, I will post it on Twitter, and I had to do it like that because Twitter is not really the best for artwork. Like, it has art on it, but wasn't made for art, unlike Pixiv and other platforms. So it requires like reorienting the image and other stuff, and which I had to do a little bit. Anyways, that's a tangent. We went off topic. But yeah, I'm gonna post that during the stream. Maybe I should post it now, actually. Just give me 1 second. I'm just gonna post this on Pixiv, actually. It's my latest artwork. Probably like the nicest I've done, I think. Because I actually drew like animals in it too. Let's see. Do I have everything there? Blah, blah, blah. Tried putting the title in Japanese. Ore no nihongo heta desu. Heta. My Japanese is not good. Demo ne, no, yukuri yukuri, noro noro manabu. Yukuri yukuri. It's slowly, slowly. Noro noro is slowly as well, but it's different usage than yukuri yukuri. Anyways, let me post this. Hopefully it doesn't look like all weird. Because I know like Twitter and Instagram are weird. If you, like they really like certain file sizes. And if it's not that file size, then they'll just like make everything all blurry and crap. So you have to like rescale it and stuff. Oh, look at that. For Pixiv, I did not have to do that. Okay, well, I posted that on Pixiv. For anyone who wants, here's my Pixiv link. You can check out, I just posted my latest artwork. And yeah. I accidentally like typed the same line twice. That's crazy. It's a smaller version. It's not the full file size, but on Twitter, I'm going to be posting a cropped version of it. So let's save that. I think that's good. Yeah, so the full thing won't be on Twitter because with Twitter, it's not really built for whatever. It's not built ideally for artwork. So if you don't post in the size that they like, then they'll make the lines and everything all blurry. Whereas Pixiv, like, I don't have to reorient it or change it at all. I haven't tried ArtStation and stuff, but I don't know. Anyways, posted that. If anyone wants to check it out, I'm just, you can check out my links below in the description, actually. You can check out my artworks there, and including my latest one, which includes animals. I never draw animals yet for some reason. Like, I draw characters, but for some reason, like, and I never draw animals. But the animals I drew for this, my latest drawing, came out really good and went quicker and easier than my character drawings, which flabbergasted me, which surprised me. You know? Because I don't practice drawing animals. So I'm like, why did they come out? Like, why were they easier to do? So, yeah, got that. Maybe I'll link it. Or I'll link it towards the end of the stream, actually. Let's get back to studying. I just wanted to mention that, so. Yep, and that latest artwork of mine will be a cover of a story I plan to do in the future. The manga I'm working on right now that I'm going to do the shading for is just like a trailer-esque type style for an upcoming one-shot and an expanded story I plan to do. So you can check that out. Check that out on that illustration on my Pixiv. A cropped, smaller version will be posted on Twitter, but the bigger version will be on my Pixiv. Not the full resolution, of course, because I don't want someone stealing my stuff, but a bigger version that's not cropped will be on Pixiv. So check that out there, please. Anyways, so where were we? So he said, Koitsu ga YOTSUBA. It's like, this is Yotsuba. Yoroshiku ne, Yotsuba-chan. Kono one-chan tachi. So tachi, this word here, tachi, means, this actually means, like, how do I explain what it means? I know what it means, but I'm trying to explain. I'm like, how do I explain it? Setsumesh me do setsume. How explain? Me and my broken Japanese. How do I explain that? So, okay, I'll explain it with an example. Tatoeba, you know, if you were to say kimi means you, right? If you were to say kimitachi, all of a sudden it's you, but plural. If you were to say, he said one-chan, kono one-chan. One-chan means big sister, but the way he's using it, he's saying this older girl, referring to her being older than Yotsuba, his daughter, right? So he said kono one-chan. If he said kono one-chan, it would be referring to one of the girls specifically. But he said kono one-chan tachi, so he's referring to the group of them. He's using a plural. Also, holy crap, my room is hot as hell. Atsui ne. Demo. Aircon suken. After sukeru. Sukete nai. I think that's how you say it. The air conditioner is not turned on or switched on. Friggin' AC in my place is like not working properly. Landlord has to fix it. Yeah, okay, we just looked at that. Also, it probably doesn't help because I'm wearing like a long sleeve right now. I should probably like not wear that. Anyways, just move that. Okay, that's better. Gosh damn, it is hot as heck. Kono one-chan tachi wa. So he said one-chan tachi, referring to the plural. Kono one-chan tachi wa otonari-san da. So tonari is neighbor. Him saying otonari-san is just a very formal way. It's just a formal way of referring to them. If you wanted to be very casual, he would just say, kono one-chan tachi wa tonari da. It's like they're neighbors. But he said, o tonari-san, which is very formal, right? Putting the o in front and then adding san after. O tonari-san da. Chanto aisatsu shinasai. So chanto is like properly. Aisatsu is greeting. Shi nasai. So nasai is like a command, sort of, for lack of a better description. So he's saying he's telling Yotsuba to greet them properly, right? Chanto aisatsu shinasai. Or introduce yourself to them properly, greet them properly. Greet them properly. Otonari-san? So, uchi wa soko. So, she's just saying, yeah, uchi wa soko. The house, wa marks the topic, emphasizes what's before it. Uchi wa soko. Soko is there. Uchi wa soko. So she's saying like her house is there. She's pointing at it. Otonari. Yotsuba and her dad just look at her, confused, confuzzled. Yotsuba said, "Chigao yo. Yotsuba no uchi wa motto, zutto toku ni arun da yo. Toku arun da yo." So she said, "Chigao yo." Chigao is wrong. Yo is a particle that's communicating like her feelings there, usually like one-sided, for lack of a better description. Not that it's not reciprocated, it's just not mutual. If she were to say chigao ne, then it would be sharing the feelings, expecting the other person to agree, right? And share that same feeling or response. But she's not saying that, she's saying chigao yo. Yotsuba no uchi, so Yotsuba is saying her. She's using third person. Yotsuba no uchi wa, Yotsuba's house. Wa could be translated as for me, or as for this. But I don't try to translate it because it gets weird. So Yotsuba no uchi wa moto is more, or much more. Moto zuto is like zuto could be like forever, or it could be like similar to moto, depending on the context. So chigao yo, Yotsuba no uchi wa moto zuto toku ni arun da yo. Toku ni, so toku is like far away. The ni is a particle that indicates direction to a place. It can be a physical place or a figurative place. It doesn't have to be a physical place or an act or something like that. So and then aru is to exist or to have. Arun da yo. So she's saying chigao yo. That's wrong. Yotsuba no uchi wa moto zutto toku ni arun da yo. It's like my house is much way like further existing, and she's pointing in that direction to her left side. Hirari no yoko. Koko itsu nani mo. And then her dad said, koko itsu nani mo wakatte nakatta no ka. He's like shocked. He's like, what? Dun dun dun. So he said koko itsu. Koko is here. Itsu is when. So when here. Koko itsu nani mo. Nani, it means what? Nanimo means, nanimo would be like, but what? Literally, but it's more like nothing. So koko itsu nanimo wakatte nakatta no ka. So she didn't understand anything when here. Referring to since they moved in, right? This is continuing from the previous streams. So koko itsu nani mo wakatte nakatta no ka. So if you were to say wakatte nai, that would be like doesn't understand. But wakatte nakatta. Nakata is like, I don't know how to explain it, but it's like past tense. It's like past tense, but a negative form of past tense. Nakata. No ka. No, usually ka at the end of a sentence means, ka at the end of a sentence means a question mark. Sometimes you could see no at the end of a sentence meaning that. Sometimes you can, and then the no ka, it doesn't really change the meaning. It's like the same thing. He's just questioning, like, out of surprise that she, like, didn't understand anything going on. Because they literally moved in, and YOTSUBA didn't realize that they were moving in. I don't know what she thought. Maybe she thought they were helping someone else move, even though they were moving their own things. 変な人ね。この子供は。この子供の頭は変ね。いいか、YOTSUBA、見ろ。これが今日からYOTSUBAが住む新しい家だ。So いいか is like listen. So いいかYOTSU、いいかよく見ろ。Listen. Yoku means either well or often. So いいかよく見ろ。Listen, well look, right? Like look well, give it a good look. これが this, これが これ is this, が is, you know, the particle marking the subject, emphasizing what's after. これがいいかよく見ろ。これが今日から今日 is today. から means from or because. 今日からYOTSUBAが住む新しい家だ。So today from 今日からYOTSUBAが住むYOTSUBA living or dwelling 新しい which is new 家だ house. So literally what he's saying here is いいかよく見ろこれが今日からYOTSUBAが住む新しい家だ。Listen. Well look. This today from YOTSUBA living a new house. That's like the literal translation. I might need to get a drink of water, so yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go get a drink of water, and then I'm gonna be right back, and we will continue. And we'll go to the next page. I don't know what the hell I just clicked, but whatever. So we're just finishing chapter 1. I don't know how much we have left. Only a few pages. And then we're going to try to go through chapter 2 today as well. So we're going to do that. I need water, so I'm going to type this in chat too, just in case. So I will be right back. Sorry if my headphones are up to the mic there. So I'll be right back in 2 minutes. I'm just gonna like literally run and not run, but like speed walk and go get water. So yeah, enjoy the idle animation. I made my own idle animation too, in addition to all the other animations and whatever else for my model. Though it might not work properly, but that's because of VTube Studio having some issue when I had to like reinstall it. So I might have to like fix it. If it's not showing properly the idle animation, the issue is with VTube Studio, so then I'll have to correct that. Which I meant to do already, but I just forgot. So yeah, anyways, be right back. Sorry for the chair noise. Anyways, I'm back. I don't think the animation played. Holy crap, moving that chair just friggin' like bothered the hell out of my teeth. That sound was annoying as hell. Holy frig. What the frig? I used to have very sensitive teeth when I was younger, but holy frig, that sound is annoying. The heck. Anyways, I got water, whatever. Oh, kyo kara koko ka. So she's saying, oh, kyo kara koko ka. Today from here, questioning. De kochi ga watashi tachi no ie. And Fuka said, de, and, right? Explained de like several minutes ago. Meaning of that. Kochi, this, watashi tachi. Watashi is I, but tachi pluralizes it, so our. Watashi tachi no ie. Our house. Yeah, I think ie is used for a house when referring to a literal house or a literal home. But uchi could be like uchi no one-chan, right? The older sister of my house. My older sister, you could say. Anyways, To-chan. Otonari-san da. She's like, they're neighbors. Dad, they're neighbors. So da. Otonari-san da. Ja, yoroshiku ne. Yoroshiku. Yotsuba-chan. Yoroshiku ne, yoroshiku ne. Yoroshiku na. Yoroshiku na, she said. That's a very colloquial, super casual. Don't speak like that. Ja, one-chan wa wari hito janai no. So she's like, ja, well then, that one-chan, older sister, that older girl. Wa one-chan means older sister, but sometimes they can just refer to like an one-chan, oni-chan. It can just refer to like a person who's a bit older. Ja, one-chan wa wari hito, bad person, janai no, isn't. So she's like, this older girl, she's not a bad person. Huh? Chigao no yo. She's like, that's wrong. Yotsuba. Anyways. So let's go into chapter 2 of this. It is so hot in my room. Oh my goodness. What the hell? Anyways, they're sleeping. Here's the top left. You have their ie. Oh, koi wise. Kazoku no ie da. The house of the Koi family. Koi wai. Here's a ki tree. Koko wa ki da. Tatami, futon. Yotsuba no To-chan wa nemeta. No, Yotsuba and Yotsuba's dad. Yotsuba and her dad, I meant to say, are sleeping. Nemete. Nemeru. Nemeru or Nemuru? I forgot. Is it Nemeru or Nemu? It's Nemuru, right? For sleep. Nemuru. Neru. Nemuru. This one is what I was looking for. Nemuru, yeah. Yeah, Nemuru, okay. Okay. Yotsuba okita. She woke up. Yotsuba no... Oh, sorry, hit the mic. Yotsuba no mabuta. Nanchate. Yotsuba no mabuta. What was it? What was that word? I'm trying to like describe it. But what was that word? Oh. Yotsuba no mabuta. Pachiri. Yotsuba no me pachiri okita. I think I spoke in broken Japanese there, actually, but I was trying to say like her eyelids, which I think is mabuta, or her eyes, which would be me, like bursted open. And she woke up. Anyways. Asada. It's like it's morning. Yotsuba grabs the door and just flings it open. Dude, why is this so hot? Holy crap. It's like almost the evening time. And it's hotter than it was at noon. It's crazy. Oh, actually my fan. I have something on my fan. Actually, let me like turn my fan around. That way it cools down a bit. Cools down would be... How do you say cool down? Suzushi is cool oneself, or Suzumu to cool. Ore no heya atsui desu. Atsui ne. Atsui yo. My room is hot. Ore is like more of a masculine way to say, to use whatever, to say as I, to say the word I, or me. But it's very casual. I use ore more than boku though, just because it's very like otoko rashi. Nah. Anyways, I'm gonna turn my fan around because it's so freaking hot. Okay, that's a bit better. Alright, that's actually a bit better. Anyways, like it's so hot. Like it really is. I have to text my sister. 1 second. I have to text my sister. Send. One second, I have to do something to send a text message. And then we'll continue just now. Why the hell is this not? What the frig is wrong with this thing? The hell? Oh my gosh, my fingers keep hitting all the wrong damn keys. Why is this actually not showing up? Okay. I'm just sending my sister something, so just give me a second. So I'm like quiet right now. Okay. I'm sending her like my artwork. I'm like, yo, share it. That's why. Anyways. Koko wa doko da? YOTSUBA's like, here. Doko, where? Where is here? Where is here? What? To-chan. Oof. She knocked the wind out of him. Taihen da. It's like taihen. Like taihen is like something great, but it refers to like usually problematic, like a problematic situation or something. So taihen, like you'll see that in anime a lot, especially like if there's like an action scene and there's like a big catastrophe, like a city's under attack or something else. They'll be like taihen da, Atarashi ie da. New house, YOTSUBA. YOTSUBA's memory is not the best. Itadakimasu. O agari nasai. O agari nasai. O agari nasai. I'm not too sure what that means. O agari nasai. Nasai is like a sort of command. Oh, he's being formal. So he's saying something like you're welcome or something. Something like that. It's not a word I'm not really familiar with. O agari nasai. Something like you're welcome or something. Something or something. What is she saying? Is that bata? Bata. Mush mush mush. Can't like exactly read these scribbles. Bah. She's like, that was she had the drink and she's like, that was refreshing. How do you say refreshing? Soup. YOTSUBA-chan Sukari Sukiri. Ne. YOTSUBA is fully refreshed. I may have mixed up those two words, but I'm like 95% I did not. 95% sure I did not. Sukari Sukiri. Sukari Sukiri. Fully refreshed. Kochi no gyunyu wa ume na. So she's saying kochi no gyunyu, this milk, wa yume na. Do not learn how to speak Japanese from YOTSUBA, because she is like a 6-year-old in this story and she speaks super casually. He's like, Isho daro. YOTSUBA, kyou wa YOTSUBA, kyou wa asobi ni iku toki chanto itekimasu te ie yo. So he's saying like to properly to say when she's going out to play, basically. YOTSUBA kyou wa, like today, wa marks the topic, emphasizes what's before it. It could mean you could translate it to like as for, so like as for me, as for this, as for whatever. Kyou wa asobi, play. Asobi is like to play. Asobi ni indicates the direction to a place. It doesn't have to be a physical place, it can be figurative. So ni is being used to add as a direction towards asobi, which is to play. Yotsuba kyou wa today. Asobi ni, right? Going to play. Asobi ni indicates direction, right? Asobi ni iku toki. Iku is to go, and toki is time. Chanto itekimaste ieyo. Chanto is proper, properly. Itekimasu is a, like saying, itekimasu, you say that when you're leaving the house. And then whoever replies tadaima later, like welcome back. Itekimasu, te there is supposed to say, it's kind of like and, but it's like also marking that as the thought of it. Itekimasu te ieyo. So he's saying, well, we talked about the particle yo already, and ie is like talk, say. So the literal translation, because Japanese and English is backwards, minus one word usually for sentences. Yotsuba, so the literal translation would be Yotsuba today, as for, right? Asobini, like to play, to go time, properly, going off, say. So he's saying like Yotsuba kyou wa today asobini, the going to play, iku toki, the going time, right? The time you're going. Chanto, properly. Itekimasu, properly. Itekimasu, which is like I'm off, I'm leaving. Te ieyo. The thought of that, for that thing, say. She said. And he's like, itsumo henji wa in da yo na. Itsumo henji na wa. It's like always answers in da yo na. It's like, that's okay, right? He's questioning. Yeah, he's saying she always replies like that. Itsumo henji. Henji is answer or reply, so she always replies like that. Itsumo henji wa in da yo na. Kinjo no hito. Kinjo is like a neighborhood. Kinjo no hito. You hear my nephew in the background. Sorry about that. Also, my phone just fell. What the hell? I do not have a phone holder. No phone holder. Anyways. Kinjo no hito ni attara chanto aisatsu shiro yo. So, kinjo, neighborhood. No hito. Right? We talked about the particle no. So it's talking about the people belonging to the class of the neighborhood. So, kinjo no hito ni. We talked about the particle ni. I'm not going to re-say it, because I've been talking about it a lot, like on every stream. So I'm not going to keep talking about the same exact stuff. Kinjo no hito ni attara. Au is like to meet, right? This kanji is to meet. There's another, au can be to meet or to suit, but those are two different kanji. So this is this is the kanji for to meet. So it's like attara. Atta is like met, but tara is more like if you meet. So he's attara. Chanto, we already looked at. Aisatsu shiroyo. proper greet shiro. Shiro is like suru is to do, shiro is also that, just a different form. Suru is the verb form or whatever. Shiro yo. Yo communicating the feelings, right? So he said, Kinjo no hito ni attara chanto aisatsu shiro yo, which is literally neighborhood, possession, like Kinjo no hito is person, so people belonging to the class of the neighborhood, which would be neighbors, right? Kinjo no hito ni atara met me if proper chanto aisatsu, proper greet shiro yo, do, and the yo is communicating the thought. Kino no otonari-san. Kino no otonari-san. He's like, I remembered. Kino is yesterday. Kino no otonari-san. The neighbor from yesterday. The neighbor of yesterday. Namae nan take. Namae, name, nan take. He's like, what was her name? Nan take. Nan take. Nan or nani is what? Kino no otonari-san. Namae nan take. Manaka no ko wa. Manaka no ko, middle child. Manaka is middle, right? No ko, so child belonging to the class of the middle, ergo the middle child. Manaka no ko wa shikkari aisatsu de kiru ko datta zo. So shikari is responsible. Aisatsu, again, that's greeting, we keep seeing that. Dekiru is like able to do, to be able to do. Ko is child. Datta zo. Da is like a statement, right? Ta is like past tense, so is da. Da is the same as ta. It's just the statement version of it. For lack of a better description. Manaka no ko wa shikkari aisatsu dekiru ko datta zo. So he's saying the literal translation, literal, is middle child, right? Or child of the middle. Manaka no ko. Ko is child. Manaka no ko wa shikkari, responsible greeting. Dekiru, able to do. Child, ko, datta zo. So it's saying basically like, you know, the zo is also like a particle, usually meaning like emphasis statement, not really used conversationally. IRL. So he's basically saying the middle child, responsible greeting, able to do. Right? Pretty much. Like she's able to do proper greetings and stuff. So like good manners, basically, is what he's saying. Anyways, we're going to go from that. Oikakete kuru ho ka tsuyoi ho ka. So oikakete is the chasing. Kuru is to come. So ho ka. Ho means person. But it's a formal way of referring to person. Ho actually means direction, but it can also mean person, but it's quite formal to use. What's funny is YOTSUBA is a child and she speaks super casually, but she's just throwing in like a formal word into the mix. Oikakete kuru ho ka? The chasing that came person, the person that came chasing. Tsuyoi, the strong ho ka? Person. He's like, huh? Hora, oki onechi-san futari taro. Futari itaro. So hora, it's like, look, the oki one-san, big one-sans, right, the big sisters. Futari, two people. Ita, existed, or itaro. So he's talking about like when they met them, right? He's talking about the two older sisters. So hora, oki one-san futari itaro. And then YOTSUBA responded, Kami nage. So YOTSUBA responded very casually and she butchered her sentence there. So Kami is like, in this context, Kami has different word meanings. It could be like paper. It can be like Kami-sama, a god. It could be hair, like the hair on your head, right? She's referring to Kami nage. Nage is like long. It's like that we talked about like that kanji shoujo, like the length sister, the length woman, the long woman. Literally, it talks of, which is the literal translation, refers to the eldest daughter, right? The first kanji being cho, right? One of the alternative readings, the kunyomi for it, is like what YOTSUBA is using. Kami nage kire ano. So she's saying the hair long, pretty. Yeah, so she's asking the pretty one with the long hair, but the way she worded it is a very butchered sentence. YOTSUBA's character is like 6 years old, so like don't learn from her character specifically. This manga is good for people who are like, mostly from what I see, it's recommended for people who are upper novice. Some recommend mid-novice, some recommend lower intermediate. Upper novice seems good for attempting YOTSUBA, but there's probably better things what people can use to learn. We'll see. I want to introduce other manga as well, so we'll see how that goes. Then maybe we'll like alternate YOTSUBA with a different manga every week. So 1 week YOTSUBA, do 1 or 2 streams a week, and then 1 week another manga. Would be nice. Hora, oki one-san futari itaro. Kami nage kire nano. Sochi janai hoda. He's like, Sochi, that. Sochi janai, isn't. Hoda. Hold. Again, formal version, way of referring to a person. And then da just marks it as a statement. And da is the statement version of ta, which is past tense. Right. Same with de and te. Sochi janai hoda. Also, I find it odd that they say ho, which is like formal, but they are speaking like casually, but they're throwing in a formal word. It's what? Kire janai ho ka. Atteru kedo sono iikata wa chigau na. Chigau na. So YOTSUBA said kire janai hoda. So kire janai hoda, Ko is a formal way to say person. Na is not. Janai would be like isn't. Kire is pretty. So she's like, oh, so it's the person who isn't pretty. And he's like, ateru. He's like, that's correct. That the other one. Kedo, however, sono iikata wa, that like iikata, so that saying way, sono iikata, that way of saying, that saying way, wa chigau na, is wrong. He's like, you're ateru, he's like, you're right, but the way you're saying it is like wrong. That's like messed up. But he's not like agreeing Fuka isn't pretty. He's just like affirming that YOTSUBA knows who she's talking about. So, gochusou sama deshita. It's like, thank you for the food. Yosh. Ii aisatsu da. It's a good greeting. He's basically saying good manners. Aisatsu is literally like greetings. But yeah. So just look at the page again. I'm going to read it quick. Oikakete kuru hoka. Tsuyoi hoka. Hora, oki one-san futari taro. Kaminage? Kire nano? Sochi janai hoda. Kire janai hoka. Ateru kedo, sono iikata wa chigau na. Gochusou sama deshita. Yosh, ii aisatsu da. Toire ni itekimasu. Sono ite. Sono itekimasu wa iran. So she said toire, which is toilet. Right, it's the katakana of toilet. You can also say restroom, which would be like otearai, te being meaning hand and arai meaning wash. So otearai. Sorry, I hit the mic. Holy shit! Hopefully that didn't like deafen anyone. Otearai is the restroom or washroom. Literally, like it's hand wash. Otearai. The hand wash. Otearai here, the hand wash room, the washroom room. Toire ni itekimasu. So she's like, I'm off to the toilet. The hell. And he's like, sono itekimasu iran. He's like, that itekimasu, that I'll be off. Iran, don't need. He's like, I don't need that. So literally like that, going off. Don't need. It's like, you don't need to tell me that. Oh, something happened. Kono kagi kowareta ne. The key broke. YOTSUBA kono door, this door, akete tamesu ne, like tried to open. Demo kono kagi, this lock, kono kagi kawareta, it broke. That's me saying that, not the manga. Anyways. So she's just staring at it. She's like, what is happening? What is this puzzle? To-chan. Kagi kawareta. Kagi kawareta. To-chan! Aka naku natta. She's like, To-chan, it's not opening. Akeru is like to open. Aku akanai. So it's not opening. Aku akanaku natta. it isn't opening, right? It wasn't opening, it isn't opening. And then there he is. He looks like YOTSUBA no Tochan Sukareta ne. Nemeta Moto Nemeta. YOTSUBA's dad is tired, huh? It's like sleeping more sleep. So I think this says what, Nido Nemeru, second time sleep. I think that says. So he went to sleep again. For the second time, second sleep. She's like, oh my gosh, what do? I'm locked in the bathroom. Oh, she sees a window, a mado. Ushiro YOTSUBA no se or senaka mado da. I literally just said there's a window behind YOTSUBA's back. Oh no. Yeah. Yo. To. And she just jumped out the window. It's like, YOTSUBA's like, I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. How do you say fly again, to fly? Ton, is it Tobu? Tobi? How do you say it? Tobu is to fly. Tobu. Okay. I wasn't exactly sure. To fly, jump, whatever. Oh, ha! Suge, amazing. She's like, I stuck the landing, amazing. YOTSUBA's just creeping and crawling. She's very zurui. YOTSUBA zurui. Sukiru, she's too zurui. She's too sneaky, cunning. Ninja. Rashi ne. Like a ninja. Wa. Nechimata. It's like, wow. It's like I slept. YOTSUBA, oi. Mada toire ka. YOTSUBA, oi, hey. YOTSUBA, hey. Still toilet. Mada toire ka. He means he's still in the toilet. Mada toire ka. Oi, YOTSUBA. Haiten daro. Like you entered in, right? You went in there, right? YOTSUBA. Kagi shimatteru. Kagi, he's like, Kagi is key. Kagi shimatteru. So the key is closed. He means that like the door is locked, right? That's what he's referring to. Kagi shimatteru. So key closed, locked, right? Sumari naka ni iru. Sumari is like that means, or in other words, sumari naka ni iru. That means middle. Naka, in other words, middle exists. So it's saying, or inside exists. So that means she's inside, right? Iru is to exist. Iru means to exist. Aru is to have or to exist, but more general. And then oru is to exist, but that's like abstract. So kagi shimatteru. It's like the key is locked. Tsumari, that means naka ni iru. Existing inside. Inside. Naka ni iru. Ni again indicates direction for a place. Doesn't have to be physical place though. Could be like a figure of speech. Sumari naka ni iru. Demo, however, but henji, reply, ga nai. Nai, no. He's saying there's no reply. Demo henji ga nai. So he tries to go in because he's like, why is Yotsuba not replying? Did something happen? I've been asleep for a bit and the door's locked. Like, what's going on? Is she not there? He sees the window open when he goes outside. And he's like, what? He's like, are? Huh? Inai. Isn't. Not gone. Not. Kagi wa kowareta no ka. It's like the key broke. Kagi wa kowareta no ka. Kowareta no ka. Yeah. So, gonna read this page quickly. Kagi shimatteru. Tsumari naka ni iru. Demo henji ga nai. Ah. Are? Inai. Inai. Kagi wa. Ah. Kowareta no ka. It's like the key broke. Doko iku no? Doko. Where? Iku. To go. Doko iku no? Where are you going? So this is an example of no replacing ka. No is possessive, like when you say ona no hito, which backwards is person belonging to the class of female. But that's when, it's possessive when it links two words, but when it's at the end of a sentence, it can replace ka. I don't know what the reason for it is. I think it's a bit more casual, but I could be wrong. But yeah. Doko iku no? Honya-san. 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 Hon is book. It can also mean like truth, but that's a different reading with that kanji. But honya, ya is like a store or shop. So honya, book shop, bookstore. And then she uses san, which is just formal, right? Usually san is like for people's names, but she's using it as a very formal way to refer to it, which people, I mean, typically you're not going to refer to it as honya-san, like for bookshop, because that's, again, pretty formal. But Fuka, her character speaks quite formally. Doko iku no? Honya-san. Kyou mo atsui na. It's like today also is hot. Oh, the kanji mo. It does the same thing. I mean, not the kanji, my mistake. The particle mo does the same thing as the particle wa. Wa marks the topic of a sentence and emphasizes what's before it. It also means, it could be translated as for this, or so kyou wa, as for today, watashi wa, as for me. You could say mo does the same thing. Mo replaces wa, marking the topic, emphasizing what's before it, but it, instead of meaning as for, it means also. So kyou mo atsui na. So she's saying today also hot. Na, it's like na is the same thing as ne in this like context. Na, she's just saying like today's also hot, isn't it? Yeah. Eh? She's like, what? Eh? Nani sore? Dorobo? Dorobo ka? She's not saying that, I'm saying that. The manga doesn't say that. I'm just trying to guess what she's thinking. She's probably like, eh? Nani sore? What is that? Dorobo ka? A thief? Is that a thief? She didn't actually say that. I just imagine that's what she's thinking. Or she's like, what's going on? Nanto ka oikeru zo. Soto shite oko. Soto shite oko. So she's saying Like something about like ignoring that or forgetting that. I'm not too sure what this means individually, though I understand the sentence of it. But you want to understand the contents of it too, not just the sentence. You want to understand the nayo, the contents. The nayo of it, right? The contents of it. Not just the tie-dye, not just the gist of it. Soto shite oko. Soto shite oko. Oko. Well, either way, she's saying I'll just ignore it. Anyways, let's go forward, because I don't think you going to the translation site is going to, like, properly give... like a proper description, because these words can mean different things, and translation programs and websites are pretty limited because of that. Anyways, how long have we been streaming? An hour and a half. So we're partway through chapter 2, almost halfway. So we'll keep going, and then I'm going to go eat dessert because I'm starting to get hungry. So, though I like basically combined my lunch and dinner together. So my lunch, my hiru gohan, and my ban gohan dinner, combined them. Hiru gohan is like afternoon meal. Ban gohan is evening meal. The lunch, dinner, yeah. Soto shite oko. 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 YOTSUBA is just walking down the street, greeting everybody that she meets. I forgot how the song goes. The Arthur theme song. She's surprised. Her me went pachiri, bursted open. I think pachiri means bursted open, yeah. Pachiri, yeah. But it's an onomatopoeia. She's like all bewildered. She's like, what is this? She's so confused. She's like, I'm a country bumpkin. I don't know this. What is this? What is this weird button? The speaker. Are? YOTSUBA-chan. Nani shite no? Are? It's like, huh? YOTSUBA. What are you doing? Nani? What? Shite. Do. What do? What are you doing? Nani shite no? Ah. Otonari-san. Otonari-san no kirei janai hoda. She's like the not pretty one, not the not pretty person. What the frig? Eh? Nani sore? She's like, what the heck? Nani sore? Like, what is that? Chanto. Chanto? What does that mean? We've seen it multiple times in the stream properly. And chanto one-chan no namae oboete yo. Chant properly. One-chan, like your big sister's, not literally big sister, but older girl. Chanto one-chan no namae, name. Remember properly. Older sister's name, remember. She's not literally her sister, though. She's just referring to herself as one-chan, to her being an older girl and figure, possibly an one-chan figure, right? Chanto one-chan no namae oboete yo. Properly remember my name. Fukate yuno. Fuka is her name. Te I think she's saying like to say her name. I think. Or either way, she's saying that's her name. Anyways, let's go forward from that. Fuka. So, kaze, kao, kaoru, kaze kaoru, to kaite, fuka. So she's saying how to write her name. Her name is comprised of the kanji for wind and the kanji for, I think, fluttering. So kaze, wind, and kaoru, which is to flutter. To, which is, so she's saying the thought of that and the thought of that. Kaite, kaku is like to write. So she's saying kaite, writing, or written, fuka. So she's saying kaze, kaoru, to kaite. That's how her name is written, right? With those two kanji, kaze and kao, the kanji of wind and to flutter. I think that means to flutter. Actually, let me check. I think it means that. Oh, fragrant. Oh, my mistake. Not to flutter. My mistake. Kaoru. Good. Checked it. Fragrant wind. Okay. Okay. So, fragrant wind is how you spell her name. Kaze kaoru. To kaite. Kaite is to write. Fuka. And it's written as fuka. Wake wakane. YOTSUBA's like, wake wakane. I don't understand at all. Super casual is how YOTSUBA is speaking. De, nani shiteru no? So she's like, and, or anyways, linking to that, right? Nani shiteru no? What doing? YOTSUBA-chan. Fuka, kore oshite. So she's like, fuka, kore, this, oshite, push. Kore oshite. He? Nani? It's like, huh? What? Nanka yona nano. It's like, this kanji means like task or use or something, depending on the context. It can mean task, it can mean use. So nanka is like yonano, so something to use, like something task, right? So she's saying like something to do, right? Let's check. Actually, let's just check the translation for that. It's like, what do you need them for something? He, nani? Nanka yona no. It's like something of a task, like asking if YOTSUBA needs them for something, right? Nanka yo, something task nano, is there? Oshite. She's like, yes, push. Oh. Hi. Oh. Hito dete kita. She's like, a person came out. Hito de te kita. Person came out. Right? Person out came. Hito de te kita. A person came out. Dare. She's like, who? It's like, a person came out. Who is it? Eh? Oh, Fuka-chan janai. It's like, Fuka-chan, isn't it? Dokashita no? Dokashita no? What happened? Something happened? Yeah, she's like, no, it's like that, about that. Fuka, aisatsushite. She's like, Fuka, greeting. It's like, do a greeting. Eh? Konnichiwa, Uemura-san. I guess her name's Uemura. Konnichiwa, hello, Uemura-san. Fuka wa aisatsu umai na. Fuka's greeting is great. YOTSUBA speaks super casually. But her character is like 6, so yeah. Or something like that. Or I don't even think she's in school yet, so. Yosh, YOTSUBA mo da. She's like, alright, YOTSUBA mo. Yosh, alright, YOTSUBA mo da. YOTSUBA also. Konnichiwa, YOTSUBA da yo. Hi, konnichiwa. She's konnichiwa, YOTSUBA da yo. She's like, hello, I'm YOTSUBA. But like the way she said dayo is like a statement and she's communicating the feelings. It's like casual. But it's odd because she's like konnichiwa, trying to be formal, and then YOTSUBA dayo. It would be more accurate to say not I'm YOTSUBA, but it's more accurate to say like konnichiwa, YOTSUBA dayo. Like hello, it's YOTSUBA. What the frick? Rings the doorbell. It's like, hello, it's me. That's all. Jana, bye bye. It's like, Nani? It's like, Jana. See you later, bye bye. Nani, what? Dakara ne. Dakara ne. Are wa yo mo nai no ni. Oshicha dame nano ka dame nano yo. Dakara ne. Which is like because of that. Are wa yo mo nai. Are, so that. She's referring to the button that was pushed. Are wa yo mo nai. Task or use. Monai, basically saying isn't, nai not, right? Yo monai isn't the task. No ni. Ni indicates direction, no is possessive. Oshicha dame nano yo. Basically saying like because, okay? For that, if there's no task, no use, don't push it, okay? Basically, don't push it. And looking at it backwards, it's bad to push it if, like, there's no use for that. If you have no use for that. If you have no task, right? Basically, don't push it for no reason. Don't push like the intercom for no reason. If you have no use for it. Or if there's no task to be done, right? Are wa yo mo nai no ni. For that, if there's a task isn't. Oshi, push, cha, oshicha, pushing, right? Dame, bad, nano yo. She's like, Fun, wakata. Understand? Anmari wakatte nai yo na. She's like, not really understood, huh? She's like, she's basically saying, I don't think you really understand. Anmari wakatte nai yo na. Are? YOTSUBA-chan, sore, pajama ni sripa janai. Doshita no? It's like, what's wrong? Kutsu wa. It's like shoes? She's wondering, like, why are you in your pajamas and stuff? お靴はこの前新しいの買ってもらった。She's like, oh, kutsu for shoes. この前 this before, talking about the situation. this before. この前新しい new の買ってもらった。もらい is like received, right? So morata. So she's saying received. So it's literally like shoes, this before, new, right? Belonging to the class of that, which is the no indicates possessiveness for the atarashi, for the new class. So new, bought, received, right? So she's saying, when you look at it backwards, because English and Japanese are backwards, received, bought, new, before this, shoes. So she got new shoes before this. Because Fuka asked Kutsuwa, like, where are your shoes? But Yotsuba's like, oh, I got new shoes before this. And it's like, what? Toriaizu, anyways. Moving on. Yotsuba-chan, chi? Is that supposed to say uchi or ikoka? Anyways, Yotsuba's house, let's go. Yotsuba-chan chi ikoka. I think that's supposed to say uchi or something, I don't know. I've never seen it house just referred to as chi. Oh, kuruka. It's like you're coming. Irashaimase. Welcome. Aita. It's like I opened it. It's like I finally opened the door. Aita opened. Korea Sasato. Sasato kokan shita. Hoga ii na. Korea is let's see. Korea. I know what it means. Like, I understand it, but I don't know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it, to be honest. So I'm just gonna go forward from that word. Anyways, Korea sasato. Sasato is like at once, quickly. Kokan is like exchange or barter. Korea sasato kokan shita hoga ii na. So he's talking about like at once exchanging. Ho here doesn't refer to person, it refers to direction, like a direction. Ga ii na, saying it'd be good to direction of, exchanging at once. Of course, he's referring to the door that was locked, right? Or the kagi kowareta, the lock broke. Chikaku de utteru toko. I don't know what toko means. That katakana. Chikaku de utteru toko atta kena. So you're saying chikaku, like a near. Chikaku, near action of being near, selling utteru. Toko. I guess he's referring to a place, but casually. Atta exists. Kena. Atta. Kena. Kena is like him just like thinking. Chikaku de utteru どこあったっけな。ただいま。どうぞ。どうぞ。It's like, go ahead. お上がりたまえ。お上がりたまえ。おまかいですか。おまかいですか. She's greeting her and welcoming her to her home, but in a very, like, strange way. She's like, いや、私はおまかい。So I don't know, like when I looked it up, I don't know. I do try to read ahead of streams by like a day or so, just in case. To be better prepared. Wagarima tamae. It's like, you are welcome. Omagari omakai desu ka? I'm not too sure. The words Yotsubas were using there are like very strange. And they're like, I would say pretty rare it would actually be come across. Anyone would come across it in real life in a situation, unless you're probably like on a friggin' like cruise or something along those lines. Anyways. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go forward from that. Dozo, go ahead, welcome. O agari tamae, something like please come in or something. Omakai desu ka, something like welcome aboard or something. I don't know. It's very weird, but it's supposed to be funny. Anyways, it's like here, please come in, welcome aboard, or something like that. Yeah, watashi wa. It's like, no, me. Omakai. Omakai, welcome aboard. What? Enryo suruna. Yotsuba speaks so casually. Enryo means restraint. Suruna. So she's saying suruna. Suru is to do. Na is like nai, right? Not. So she's saying not to do restraint. So she's saying like don't restrain yourself. Basically like make yourself at home, right? Enro suruna. Enro suruna, right? Don't refrain yourself. Don't restrain yourself. Make yourself at home. That's basically what that means. Enryo, restraint. Suru, do, na. Don't, not. To-chan. Oh, tegami motte. Just holding a letter. Konan atta. Konan atta. So she's saying like she basically got the letter. Konna got this, found this. Atta. Yeah. Yotsuba he 買い物へ行く. Rusuban. What did he write? Is that 1, 2, 3? So the letter that he left for his daughter Yotsuba says Yotsuba he. He is a particle that means direction. Same with ni, except the difference is ni can refer to either a physical or figurative direction, right? Like a not just a made up place, but like a figure of speech. He can only refer to like a physical place, though. It only refers to a physical place. So I think he put Yotsuba he kaimono he iku. And then he said rusuban, which is house sitting. So he's telling her to look after the house while he goes out shopping. Kaimono is shopping. Achi ara. Oh, ara. I'm just like, that doesn't say achi ara. Ara. Rusuban shite nasai datte. Rusuban, house sitting. Shite, doing. Nasai, which is the command. Like, she's being told to do house sitting. Datte. Da affirms it, and then te is kind of like the thought of that, right? So Fuka's like, it says for you to house it. Your dad's telling you to like house it, look after the house. So how literally it would be like how rusuban, house sitting, shite nasai, doing, do, command. Da affirms it as a statement, and then te is just the thought of that. Really. So Fuka is saying, it's saying for you to house it. Yosh, okay. Ja, one-chan mo issho ni rusuban shite ageyo. So she's like, yosh, alright. Ja, well then. One-chan, referring to herself as like an older sister figure to Yotsuba. One-chan mo also. Ishoni is isho is together. So here you have the particle ni indicating direction, right? This is what I mean. He can refer to a physical place. But ni, sorry, my phone fell down. But ni can refer to either a physical or figurative place. So ni is being used in relation to isho, right? The together, doing it together. Ja, one-chan mo isho ni rusuban shite ageyo. Well then, older sister also, together, house sit, doing. Ageyo. Ageyo is like to give, but she's saying like ageyo is like giving, but so she's saying like she's going to do this for her, pretty much. Like ageyo is to give. Here. Yeah, let me give you, right? So ageyo is to give. So it sounds odd because like the literal translation is, you have to remember Japanese and English the sentences are backwards from each other, usually minus one word, right? And that's usually the first word. So she's like, yosh, okay, well then, older sister, ja, one-chan, mo, also, isho ni, together, right? The direction of being together, the ni is direction, together, ni, direction, house it, do, let me give you, right? So one could say, she's saying, house sitting, let me give you, but the ageyo is like her giving it, but she's basically saying, let me do this for you, right? I'm going to do this for you. It's like, let me give you this. It's not a physical thing she is giving her. It's figurative, right? Because she's saying, I'll house it with you, right? So you're not alone. That way, Yotsuba doesn't have to be alone. So not a literal giving, but doing her a favor. Yeah. Honto ka. Honto is true. Honto is true or really. So here she's saying honto ka, really. Ka is like a question. This chapter is a lot shorter than chapter 1. Chapter 1 was like almost 60 pages. This one's like, 30 something? And I think it has less dialogue, this chapter, than like the previous one too. Anyways, what are these scribbles? Sore dare. Sore dare. Sore is that. Dare is who. So she's like, that who? Like, who's that? And it's referring to this thing that YOTSUBA is drawing, right? Sore dare. Who's that? That who? Right? To-chan da. She's like, daddy. Her dad, right? To-chan is a very kodomo poi serif. Ne? Kodomo poi is like very childlike. Serif is speech, right? It's a very childlike way of referring to it. But YOTSUBA is literally like 6 or 7 or 5 or something like that. Fuka mo nanka kake. Fuka mo, she's like fuka, referring to fuka. Mo also. Nanka, nanka is something. Kake, write, like write or draw, right? Because kaku is to write. So kake, she's saying write. She's like, you also draw, you also write something. And then, one-chan wa umai dazo. So she's saying one-chan, referring to herself, big sister, not literally her sister, but older sister sort of figure, or at least age appropriate to be. One-chan wa umai. Umai is like good. Umai, so is like a statement thing. You don't really see that. That wouldn't really be used in real life much in conversations, because it could come off a bit wrong. But I mean, it's a bit different too, because Fuka is referring to YOTSUBA, who's a child, right? Let's just give the whole page a quick read. Kon nan atta. Let's read that letter. YOTSUBA he kaimono he iku rusuban. I don't know why it says 1, 2, 3, but it does. Ichi, ni, san. Ara? Rusuban shite nasai datte. Yosh. Ja, one-chan mo isho ni rusuban shite ageyo. Hontou ka? Sore dare? To-chan da. Fuku mo nanka kake. One-chan wa umai da zo. Umai zo. Umai zo. I thought I said dazo because it's like a little scribbled, hard to read. Soyeba. Soyeba. I don't know how to explain what this means. Like, I understand what that word means. I don't know how to explain it. I think it's something like, so is that. She's saying, so yeba. It's like, that reminds me, right? That's basically what it means. So yeba, YOTSUBA-chan te dokara hikoshite kita no? So she's saying, so yeba, like that reminds me. YOTSUBA-chan. Te is like action, ongoing, but it can also sort of mark a thought. It's similar to to, but I think the difference is that te is marking like an action, not per se physical. But yeah, YOTSUBA-chan te doka. Doka is dokara. Dokara is like from where? Oh, my sister texted me. Anyways, soyeba YOTSUBA-chan te dokara hikoshite kita no? So she's basically asking her, she's saying, oh, that reminds me, YOTSUBA, like, we're from moved came. That's like the literal translation. It's like, that reminds me, YOTSUBA, where did you move from? Right? Usually doko is where, but you'll see this little su here because instead of it saying doko kara means from or because you have two sort of sharp sounds beside each other, being ko and ka. The ko gets turned into a little tsu, so instead of it being doko kara, it's just do, slight pause, kara, do kara, right? That happens if you have like two sharp sounds beside each other. So like a ka sound, s sound, t sound. I think that's it. Well, basically sharp sounds, yeah. Basically that. Anyways, I was looking at my phone for a second. So she's like, "Soyeba, YOTSUBA-chan te dokara hikoshite kita no?" Kita is came, hikoshite is like moved, right? So she's like, where did you move from? And YOTSUBA's like, hidari, left. Eh? So ka. It's like that's right. Hidari ka, left. I'm gonna skip these little things here. So there they are, drawing. Maybe look at this. Ochawan mo ho. Ochawan, like a tea, cup of tea. Oyoku shiteru. So you know that. YOTSUBA-chan wa umai ne. It's like YOTSUBA's drawing is good. Soka, really. Fuka wa heta dana. It's like Fuka's bad. It's like, huh? Uso. It's like lies. Uso. Ne chatta, fell asleep. Ne chatta. The hell is this? It's wrong. That's not even what it says. Toire doko kana? She's like, the toilet, I wonder where it is. Toire. Or otearai. Doko kana? So she went in, and she's like, are? YOTSUBA didn't tell her. Kagi kowareta. The key broke. Are? Kowarete teru yo. She's like, huh? Are? What? Huh? It broke? Kowarete teru yo. Akanai. Not opening. She sees the window. The look on her face is like, what? YOTSUBA modotte kiteru kana? It's like YOTSUBA modotte kiteru. Kite is come. Modotte is like returning. Modoru is, I think it's modoru is to return. but modote kite is like return came. So yotsuba modote kiteru kana. Kana is like he's just wondering, right? So he's wondering if yotsuba came and returned, if yotsuba came back, right? Yotsuba modote kiteru kana. Fuka's like stuck in the window trying to get out because the door to the bathroom is locked and she's stuck inside. Ojama shite imasu. Ojama shite imasu. I'm so glad this is working because this website was giving problems earlier. I'm glad this is working. For some reason, when I went to bring up the website before we started stream, like I went to just check that it was working and stuff. Pages 27 and up were not like loading. I was just like, what the heck? So it's a good thing I have it like YOTSUBA on my computer too, just in case. But it's harder to like look it up instead of having it online. But anyways, oja mashite imasu. I think I understand what that means, but I don't know how to explain it. Yeah, oja mashimash is like sorry for intruding, but she's saying oja mashite imasu. Excuse me for disturbing you or interrupting you. Yeah. Holy shit, my phone fell. Sorry if that sound just like chilled anyone's ears. I don't have a phone holder because the one I had in the past broke and I just don't have the money to buy a new one. So, yeah. Anyways. Ojam mashimasu, ojamashimasu. Usually ojamashimasu, or what she said, ojamashitemasu, that's a very formal greeting that you give someone when you go to their house. Well, I wouldn't say very formal, but it is formal. It is formal. It literally means like sorry for intruding or something like that. Or sorry for imposing or something like that, you know. It's formal though. So she's like, ojamasimasu. He's like, yeah. He's like, no. She's like, no. She's just freaking out. Choto kite kudasai. Choto kite kudasai. A little here, please. A little here, please. Kite kudasai. Choto kite kudasai. This kanji here, for where she says kite, kiku is to hear. It can also mean to ask. So if you could say, if you wanted to say something like Fuka-chan, what would you say? Fuka-chan kikakemashita. I don't know if that's correct. I think it is. But you could say like Fuka-chan. That could mean either Fuka-chan listened or Fuka-chan asked, depending on the context. Right? It can mean ask or listen. Right? Chotto kite kudasai, koi-wai-san. She's like, a little, literally, listen please. Koi-wai-san, Mr. Koi. That's his name, right? Koi-wai. Koi. Not Koi, Koi-wai. Koi would be like scared. Scary. Ayashi to omowareru desho? Suspicious or thinking, right? Desho? Desho ga kore wa this wa, like as for kore wa, as for this, kore this, YOTSUBA chanto rusuban. YOTSUBA properly rusuban or house sitting, and then I think he kind of cut her off from what she was saying. So I don't think the sentence is finished. He's like, yeah. He's like, no. Daitai wakaru kara. It's like daitai, which is gist. Daitai. The daitai is the kanjis for big and body. So the big body of something, it would be like the gist of it, the main point of it, right? So you want to see the big body of a text would be the gist of the text. Yeah, daitai wakaru kara. Understand, because kagi, ki kowarete terunde. Ki kowarete terunde, right? The key has been broken. The key is broken, right? Kaware teru would be like breaking, but kawaru terun de. In here, I don't know how to explain exactly. I think it's similar to like na, but I don't know how to explain it. De to sukai shite uko kanaku na kokunaku na chatan desu. Chatan desu. So I'm not too sure what that means. Sukaite. Anyways, let's go over the previous 2 panels, and then we'll look at these last 2 on this page. We're going through chapter 2. We're going to finish it, and then that'll be it. So, ojamashitemasu, like sorry for intruding. Yeah. Chotto kite kudasai, kawaii-san. It's like little, listen please, kawaii. Ayashi to omowareru desho? It's like suspicious, you're thinking, right? Desho ga kore wa this YOTSUBA chanto rusuban. Chanto rusuban o. The o marks the subject. So she's saying how she was like house sitting with YOTSUBA, and he's like, I got the gist of it. Yeah, daitai wakaru kara. I understand, because kagi kaware terun de. The key broke. He's like, I understand. I had to do the same thing earlier. De to sukaite ugokanaku na. So she's saying like she can't move. Ugokanaku na. So like can't move. Na chatan desu. Yeah, let's look up what that means exactly. Because I actually don't know it too well, that sentence. So, sukaite. I understand she's saying she's stuck, but, you can't just do sentence mining. You have to, like, try to get the individual stuff. Sukaite. Actually, let's look at this. Tsukaeru is to get stuck, okay. Alright. Excuse me for a second, I'm just adding it to like a program to study it more later. Tsukaeru is to get stuck. Interesting, that's not there. Okay, I'll have to like look at that separately. Anyway, sukaite stuck 動かなくなっちゃったんです. So she's saying how she can't move. So 使えて stuck, like she stuck 動かなくな can't move ちゃったんです. The hell is the ちゃったんです? Not ちゃったんです. Not ちゃ would be like became, right? But that's more like just affirming that it happened. So that she got stuck. Okay. Oh, I skipped way too far ahead. Whoops. Let's see. I seem to be stuck. So, 使えて stuck 動かなくなっちゃったんです. Basically, like, stuck, can't move, became, right? She stuck, became unable to move, right? Couldn't fit through the window. 引っ張ってもらえませんか? She's speaking a bit formally, which is like hilarious given the situation that she's still speaking a bit formally of her being stuck. 引っ張って so like pull, right? Pulling, tugging. もらえませんか? もらえ is receive. And she's asking, can you pull me out, right? So 使えて動かくなっちゃったんです。引っ張ってもらえませんか? So he's trying to help her get out. Her older sister comes. アサギお姉ちゃん。これはね. She's like, Asagi, big sister Asagi, this is. And her sister's just laughing at her. Yeah. Anna, and she calls the younger sister to come out and see. Anna, omoshiroi yo. It's like something interesting. Kite goran. Kite goran is like kite come. Kite is come. Goran is like I don't know, around. Come and see. Kite goran. Yeah, kite goran, like come and see. Goran, look. I hate using Google, but sometimes DeepL doesn't cut it, and Google's a horrible company. Anyways. Anna, omoshiroi yo. Kite goran. Hora. Nani? What is it? Nani shiteru no? It's like, nani shiteru no? What is she doing? Nani, what? Shiteru? Doing? Nani shiteru no? The no replaces ka here. Sa. She's like, don't know, sa. You know? Atarashi asobi chenai. It's like a new game, isn't it? Ruru, rules. Yoku shiranai kedo. Ruru, yoku. So rules, well, no, not, but. Ha ha ha. She's laughing at her sisters being stuck. What the hell? Ha 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 ha. And Anna's just confused. She's like, what's going on? Domo gomewaku okake shimashite. Mo shiwake arimasen. So Tomo ko mewaku. Mewaku is trouble, right? Like the trouble that she caused. She's talking about Tomo thinks the trouble okake shimashite. That's a little hard for me, actually. But we're almost at the end of this. So we're almost at the end of it. And then yeah, whatever. One thing I want to check, just there's just one thing I want to check and then we'll finish this. Just give me a second. Okay. Anyways. What the frick is wrong with my mouse right now? The hell? Anyways. So in English she's saying, I am very sorry for all of this trouble. So, domo gomewaku. So, please, this trouble okake shim. Okay, I'm gonna have to put this in here. Domo gomewaku okake moshiwake arimasen. Moshiwake arimasen. It's like, I'm sorry. Thank you very much. The hell, my phone keeps falling. I don't have a case thing for it, so it is what it is. Whatever. Don't care. Well, hopefully it just doesn't like bother anyone's ears. Okake shimashite. So this sentence is a little hard for me, so that's why we're going through it more. Domo gomewaku okake shimashite. Moshiwake arimasen. I mean, the way she's speaking is very formally. I'm just going to probably skip this. But basically, she's apologizing for the inconvenience. Domo gomewaku, like the trouble. Okake shimashite. Moshiwake arimasen. Moshiwake arimasen is like she's apologizing for it. The okake shimashite, I'm not too sure, to be honest. Gonna be honest. Anyways, going forward from that. He's like, yeah. He's like, no. It's like, su kakowari. It's like, not cool. Like, not cool. Embarrassing. Su kakowari. Yeah, sono, nante, yuka. He's like, oh no, it's, well, he's trying to like say something. But he's like, I can't think of the words. Ma, kinisuna. It's like, ma, well, don't attach your energy to that. Don't worry about it. Yoku aru koto da. He's like, it's an often existing thing. It happens often. He's trying to say yoku aru koto da. This is where yoku means not well, but where it means often. The hell is he saying here? Tekito na nagusa. Tekto no nagusa. He's trying to like comfort properly. So desu yo ne. Gomakashi. So, gomakashi is deceit. He's lying. Basically, he's trying to like comfort her. So he's like, yeah, don't worry about it. That sort of thing happens often. When really it doesn't. People don't often get stuck in a window. There's YOTSUBA just sleeping. And that's it. That's chapter 2. So we tried to go through that. Went through it. Reread that here, right here. Ma kinisuna. Yoku haru koto da. Tektona nagusame. So desu ne. That's what she said. He's like, gomakashi. To see, it's like, I'll just lie to her to comfort her. Yeah, it's like, yeah, don't worry about it. It happens all the time. People get stuck in windows all the time. Don't worry about it. Yeah. That's nice. YOTSUBA fell asleep and the 2 drawings are there. And that's chapter 2. And then there's chapter 3. And we're going to end that stream there. Anyways, thank you to anyone who, popped into the stream. Anyone who watched. Anyone lurking or anything. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because like the vast majority of people who do watch my videos are not subscribed. So if you like it, if you want more, like the video, subscribe, hit the bell so you miss nothing. If you want to share, that helps out greatly too. Check out my socials below, including my merch site where I make my own merch, my own merchandise, mouse pads, pillowcases, t-shirts, sweaters, prints, metal posters. I not only draw everything, I literally make all of it myself. I imbue all of the images onto the metal posters, onto the t-shirts, onto everything. Mouse pads, pillowcases, blah blah blah. You name it, I can probably make it. Anyways, I just had a drink. My Live 2D model, drawn, rigged by me, animations by me. I'm going to show that off really quick. So here's the waving animation, the crying animation. With it, I can combine them. They go forever. Blah, blah, blah. Anyways, you can check out my links below. And I do want to link that manga I was working on, but I want to do the shading and stuff for it too. For it first, it's trailer-esque for an upcoming story, so it's not a full one. It's a very short one-shot. And yeah, so it's like trailer-esque, and I want to get the shading done for that. It's almost more like a webtoon, the little thing. But anyways, for my latest artwork, I think I will link that here. Or wait, let's see. Let's see. I'm going to link my latest artwork if anyone wants to check it out on my Pixiv. I'll link that one specifically. So you can check that out there. And you can follow me on all my socials. But that's my latest artwork. Let me click this and just make sure the damn thing works. And yeah. So again, thank you to anyone. I will be uploading a video It will be like for language learning and stuff, and that will be by the end of the week, I'm thinking. There'll be 2 videos, a longer one on how to go about learning a language with free and paid resources I will talk about. It will be between 5 and 10 minutes. And then there'll be a short one glossing over it and just focused on the free stuff to use. This is more particularly for Japanese though. So thank you very much to anyone, and yeah, so we'll have those videos. There will be a YOTSUBA stream next week, and I might start a different manga and we can go back and forth between them weekly. We'll see. I'll see. And yeah, that's it. Thanks and bye. I think that's all I have to mention.